Hello, hello, ¿cómo están mis amiguitos newyorkinos? This is the Valiant Swabian and we're gonna start a new playlist. And this playlist is gonna be focused on physics and, to be more specific, the University of the State of New York Regents High School examination. So we're gonna start by solving the problem number 1 and 2. A car initially moving at 20 meters per second travels 200 meters while accelerating uniformly to a speed of 3 meters per second. Question number 1, find the acceleration. Question number 2, find the time required for the car to travel 200 meters. So let's break it down a little bit. You have a car right here, and this car already has a speed of 20 meters per second. This is the initial velocity. And at the end, the car has a final velocity of 30 meters per second. Okay? Now, the car travels 200 meters. So the final distance is 200 meters. All right. So what am I doing right now? I'm just transferring all of this information into this little drawing that I made myself so we could better understand what's going on. For this kind of problem, we need to memorize 3 essential equations. The first one is the space equation and says space equals to initial space plus initial velocity times t. Teams represents time plus acceleration over 2 times t squared. The second equation is for the velocity. Velocity is equals to initial velocity plus acceleration times t. Well, you can actually solve this problem just by using these 2 equations, but I highly recommend to memorize this final equation. Final velocity squared is equals to initial velocity squared plus 2 acceleration times space. Please learn these 3 equations. Oh my god, it's really useful. It's gonna save you time. So the first question, they want you to find the acceleration. So you need to use one of these equations. But what's the problem with the first 2 equations? That you need to have the time information over here, and you don't have any time information. You only have velocities and a space. So you definitely need to use this equation. What is this equation? This equation is actually a relationship between these 2. But I'm not gonna bother explaining you where this equation comes from. Just you're gonna use it, okay? And now I am going to transfer all of this information. And at the end, I need to calculate the acceleration. That's what I'm going to do right now. So this is something very important. I cannot introduce any information or values into these equations unless their magnitudes are meters or meters per second. But if you have kilometers or if you have centimeters, millimeters, no. You first need to convert those values into meters and then you can use this equation. So I'm going to move 20 squared to the left. It's going to be minus 20 now. And 2 times 200 is 400. So this is going to be 400 acceleration. Now I'm going to move 400 to the left. And that's it. Now I'm going to use the calculator. La calculadora. And that's 5/4. I don't know how to make a decimal. And yeah, the answer is 1.25 meters per second square. Meaning that the answer is the second option. Now, for the next question, they want me to find the time required for the car after traveling 200 meters. So I can't use this equation anymore because it doesn't have time on it. So I can use either this because I can see time right here, or you can use this one too. So if you want to get into trouble, you can use the first equation. I mean, it's gonna give you the same answer at the end, but because this is t squared, eventually you need to use this equation. This is a famous equation, by the way. But trust me, I don't want to get into trouble with this. So instead, I'm going to be using this second equation because t is not squared in here and there is only one t. So let's rewrite this equation over here. So I know the initial velocity, which is 20 meters per second. And now I know the acceleration, which is 1.25 meters per second square. That's time. So the question is, what is the time if I replace this value by 30 meters per second? Because this is what I have right here, okay? What will be the time in this equation? And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna move 20 to the left, 1.25 t, and I'm gonna move 1.25 to the left. This is multiplying, so it's gonna be dividing. Now I'm gonna use la calculadora again. And that's the answer, it's 8. So the time required for the car to travel 200 meters is 8 seconds. So here we have it. Is the option number 2 again. Guys, see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Boom, chicka, boom, boom, chicka, boom, boom.